Right now, on one of the most anticipated movie release days in history, we share the ties Barbie and Oppenheimer have to the Badger State.
The first reaction from lawmakers as an area healthcare system is discontinuing gender-affirming surgeries in the Madison area. It's all ahead on News 3 Now at 10. Amid a national housing shortage, one Wisconsin U.S. senator is working on a bill to alleviate some of the strain. Senator Tammy Baldwin says she hopes this bill will make housing more accessible.
She wants to crack down on out-of-state investors and operators buying Wisconsin's single-family homes. As it stands right now, if a large investor or private equity firm buys a bunch of property, it can deduct part of that real estate on its taxes. For people who buy more than 50 properties, Baldwin wants to end those tax deductions. According to the National Realtors Association, 12% of the home buying across Wisconsin in 2021 was by what they call institutional buyers. It's not just in the cities either. The struggle for some to attain homeownership is being seen in Wisconsin's rural communities.
Incredibly difficult situations in rural areas where businesses are growing, but the housing for workers in those businesses is not available.
Lawmakers say they are working on some legislation to increase the number of houses which could be introduced as early as fall.
And a new report from Axios tonight found that old houses cost as much as new homes. Data shows the median price for an existing single-family home as opposed to a newly built one was $416,000. That's basically the same price that a newly built home was selling for in May, the last month that data is available. For the last 10 years, prices for new homes have been on average about $60,000 more than older existing homes, but in May that differential was less than $15,000.
Now to a developing story our investigative team broke earlier tonight. We've confirmed SSM Health has stopped gender-affirming surgeries after pressure from the Catholic Church. Earlier this year, the National Conference of Bishops issued guidance directing Catholic healthcare organizations to stop performing these surgeries. When we reached out to Madison Bishop Donald Hying for comment, he referenced that 14-page doctoral note. One former patient tells us he found out about the end of gender-affirming surgeries while on the way to a pre-operation consultation.
I had like a countdown on my phone. I was like counting down the days. I was so excited. We went to my pre-op consultation, and as we were getting in the car to go over there, we got a phone call saying that it had been canceled.
Their primary care doctor told him these procedures were canceled because of its Catholic affiliation. That's also what the clinic says when you call and ask about gender-affirming surgeries. SSM Health themselves declined to comment when we reached out to them with details about our reporting. And new tonight, the state's top Republican and Democratic lawmakers responding to that decision and our reporting. Assembly Speaker Republican Robin Vos tweeting, "Thank you for realizing you're actually harming kids, not helping them." And Assembly Minority Leader Democrat Greta Neubauer tweeting in part, "SSM Health's decision to discontinue gender-affirming care is completely misguided and dangerous." Even more reaction from city and state lawmakers is on our website right now at channel3000.com.
New at 10, a plan is in the works to turn part of State Street in downtown Madison into a pedestrian mall. That mall would take up the 400 through 600 blocks of State Street. It's an idea that District 2 Alder Juliana Bennett says has been considered for a long time. Under that proposal, only emergency vehicles would be allowed through.
To make State Street a pedestrian mall, it means that we would not have vehicular traffic like that. I'm interested in what this means for the future of downtown Madison. Downtown Madison is changing very, very rapidly, and it's changing the scope of who can live, work, and do business downtown. I see this pilot as a vehicle to move forward some of our other priorities of making State Street a more diverse, welcoming, and inclusive place.
A resolution on the creation of a pilot program will be introduced next week.
Thunderstorms are a possibility for the weekend, but depending on where you will be, you might miss them entirely.
Meteorologist Alex Harrington on the weather patio tonight with the details in his First Warn forecast. Alex?
Yeah, Eric and Charlotte, pretty good on the patio tonight, and you're absolutely right, Charlotte. There will be thunderstorm chances for just about everyone, but not everyone's going to see them over the course of this weekend. It was a warm day today. That's a really big part of our weather story, the temperatures. That's why I got the red on. We're still tracking that heat wave. Low to mid 80s across all of southern Wisconsin, so a warm day for this time of year. Temperatures right now cooling down pretty nice. You could probably still open the windows as you carry on into your Friday evening. We've got a 66 in Lone Rock, 67 in Madison, 71 though to the north up in the Dells. That excessive heat, our Climate Prediction Center friends, still has us under a risk for excessive heat later next week, but it's a little bit further to the south. Later in my main weather, I'll explain why it shifted a little bit further to the south. But look at those heat advisories now over portions of the northern Rockies, over Montana. That heat bubble's edging towards us. It's getting closer and getting closer. And in the good news, though, we don't need that heat, but crops are looking okay, at least in this field here in Mesa. But we need those crops to be okay over big areas to give off water to the atmosphere to help kind of turn this drought around in the shower and thunderstorm department. And that water that goes into the atmosphere is what can help make it feel even more sticky. The heat index coming up in a little bit will explain the heat index. I got a personal little farm story behind that as well. But again, shower and thunderstorm chances as we plan your Saturday for just about everyone, but not everyone's going to see them. We talk about the heat wave coming up, the heat index, and just why some areas might see actually more showers and thunderstorms next week. That's something to look forward to.
Alex, thank you. Right now, a crash on East Washington Avenue at Egan Road has left that intersection blocked. The News Reviewer says authorities have put up crime scene tape. And you can see emergency vehicles and their lights flashing. At this time, we do not have any information confirmed. Stay with channel3000.com for the very latest. In Green Lake County, authorities tonight recovered the body of a missing boater. Dispatch received a call about 4:30 yesterday afternoon about a possible drowning victim who fell off a pontoon boat into Big Green Lake. Shortly before 5 this evening, the body of a 36-year-old was pulled out of the lake. The medical examiner has not identified the boater, but authorities say no foul play is suspected.
Madison police arrest a man in connection to a June shooting, causing damage to 3 homes and leaving 1 woman hurt. MPD arrested an 18-year-old around 10:40 yesterday morning on Madison's west side. At the time of the shooting, people in the area reported seeing gunfire between 2 vehicles. Police say a woman was injured by debris after a stray bullet entered her home, and 1 person was in bed when one of the stray bullets struck their mattress.
A lawsuit filed today seeks to once again allow Wisconsin voters to return absentee ballots in drop boxes. That practice was barred by the state Supreme Court after criticism from former President Donald Trump. The lawsuit was filed by Democratic law firm Elias Law Group and comes 2 weeks before Wisconsin Supreme Court flips from a conservative to liberal majority. The lawsuit also seeks to undo a requirement that a witness sign absentee ballots and that any problems with absentee ballots are corrected by the voter no later than 8 p.m. on Election Day.
Well, the world tonight is reacting to the news that legendary singer Tony Bennett has died at the age of 96. His death was announced this morning, years after he was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. Bennett is known for his prolific and crooner-style output of jazzy standards from the American Songbook. Audiences around the world have enjoyed his concerts and shows for more than 70 years. Later in life, Bennett collaborated with a number of younger stars, including Lady Gaga. It's estimated he sold 60 million records during his career.
Today marks day 8 of the actors' strike, with writers and actors on the picket lines outside of Netflix's Los Angeles headquarters. 2 members striking with their fellow SAG-AFTRA members are actors Mark Moran and Mark Proch. Some of the biggest concerns from union members are the lack of residuals from their working in streaming shows and also artificial intelligence.
They have to resolve this because I don't think the business can function, that the industry can function without, the heart and soul of real people writing and acting and doing their part.
I think that's the concern that I have for these companies, these tech companies coming in, claiming, well, we don't make any money off streaming. Well, then that's your business model. That's not our concern. You don't see Exxon claiming that they're not making any money on oil.
This is the first time that both actors and writers have been on strike at the same time since 1960. And today was a day movie fans have been waiting a long time for, the release of Barbie and Oppenheimer. They're 2 movies that really couldn't be more different.
But Barbenheimer has become a social media trend, with many saying they're going to see both movies on the same day. Armand Rahman found that both premiering films have more Wisconsin ties than you may think.
It's this really unusual dynamic.
Why the Barbenheimer craze? I asked the closest thing to a Barbie girl in our world.
Hi, Barbie. Hi, Barbie.
Grace Stanke's already been called Barbenheimer personified.
And somebody made a meme about me too already where it's like, oh, the real Barbenheimer. And then there's a picture of me and I'm like, oh, this is a bit strange.
Because this Barbie is a UW-Madison nuclear scientist and, oh yeah, Miss America.
It's this beautiful dichotomy of the two unexpected things being together. As Miss America, part of my messaging was representing the women who can. Why are we putting boxes? Why are we putting stereotypes? Why are we putting labels on people?
Fitting since both her and Barbie come from the Badger State.
Barbie is from Willows, Wisconsin. But little girls should be able to see themselves in Barbie and see themselves as they grow up. So I think setting her in a place like Wisconsin made that really accessible to a lot of kids in the country.
The Wisconsin Historical Society has an archive collection of 8 to 10 Barbie dolls from the 1960s onwards. And just down the hall, a Wisconsin connection to the atom bomb.
We have a diary that was kept by Bertha Schultz, whose husband was working on the Manhattan Project. So on August 6th, she writes, well, it's happened.
It includes photos of the bomb's Trinity test, a large focus of Christopher Nolan's new epic, Oppenheimer.
This is a matter of life and death.
It was a dark beginning to nuclear energy use, but with her Miss America platform, Grace wants to educate people about what more it can do.
Whether it's in the medical field, whether it's in research, whether it's in energy production, producing electricity for Americans, whether it's in agriculture.
And she's already planning the next crossover.
Miss America Nuclear Engineer crossover, a movie. Boy, I think it'd be kind of fun.
So if you're doing the 6-hour double feature, make sure to get up and stretch in between movies or your legs might feel like plastic and not so fantastic. In Madison, Armand Rahman, News 3 Now.
He's ready to go see that, I know. More stories are just ahead of 10.
Some of the top companies developing artificial intelligence agreeing to create new protocols for their products. We'll share the safeguards to address the dangers with this fast-growing field. Stay with us.
America, it's time to gear up and get out there in a new Ford vehicle. And it all starts at your local Ford dealer during the Discover Summer Sales Event. Choose from a great selection of trucks and SUVs equipped with the tech and comfort you need to discover your best summer ever. With a large inventory in stock, now is the best time to trade in, trade up, and discover summer with Ford. Choose Flex Buy on a 2023 Ford Bronco Sport and get 3.9% APR financing for 66 months plus $500 Flex Buy cash. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Get 11% off your outdoor project at Menards. Ultra Deck. Low-maintenance composite decking is built to last. Spend more time with family and friends, or simply soak up some sun. Ultra Deck rustic composite decking is only $195 per lineal foot after rebate. Attract a wide variety of birds to your backyard with Enchanted Garden Birdseed. Available in various high-quality seed types and blends. Get a 20-pound bag of wild bird seed for $7.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Look, Mom, I found one. Oh, yeah, you did, but we need an ATM from our bank, unless you want to spend a small fortune in fees.
No, thank you. Banking with BMO means more fee-free ATMs than the 2 largest U.S. banks combined, including places like pharmacies and grocery stores.
Saving money and more convenient. Look at you being so helpful.
What'd you expect? You're studying at a help stop.
That's you.
That's me, at a desk.
When a bank helps you get and stay ahead, that's the BMO effect.
Leisure Concepts has your new hot tub in stock and ready for immediate delivery. Steel and composite construction and the perimeter insulation is so quiet. We'll deliver everything you need to easily keep your hot tub crystal clear, including knowledge. That neck-deep hot water massage feels amazing every day of the year. You'll never get tired of it. Get to Leisure Concepts and see almost 70 hot tubs that are ready for immediate delivery to your backyard.
Jennifer Hudson Show. I'm having a moment with Tia Mowry. Yeah, 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 yeah. Then, Madison performs
on the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Artificial intelligence has the ability to improve aspects of everyday life, but there is a lot of controversy surrounding the technology.
And President Biden announced today his administration has been working with the largest tech companies to find ways to safely release AI-generated content. Jen Sullivan explains the steps being taken to curb some of the fear surrounding this technology.
The possibilities are infinite.
Yes, with artificial intelligence, the possibilities are infinite, both good and bad.
And try our AI voices today.
That is VoiceMod, an AI company that can manipulate your voice in real time. As CEO Jamie Bosch demonstrates here.
So I can, for example, pretend that I am Dean.
Hello, I am Dean. I live in Sweden.
Altering the truth is one of the major concerns surrounding AI technology, and it's one of the many issues triggering Hollywood SAG-AFTRA actors to strike, pushing for more guidelines from the movie studios.
I think it's up to Congress to come up with some solutions and some guidelines and some laws to protect us.
Coming up with safeguards to AI-generated content is exactly what President Joe Biden wants to do.
We must be clear-eyed and vigilant about the threats emerging from emerging technologies.
Speaking at the White House Friday, the president announced that his administration has been working with 7 of the biggest tech companies to protect Americans from the dangers of AI. Those include outside testing of AI systems, clear labels of AI content, investing in cybersecurity, and prioritizing research and reporting risks. But there are major positives about AI technology.
We're creating this technology because of all the good it can do. Diagnosing diseases early, creating new cures for cancer.
While many acknowledge the advantages of AI, the White House just wants to make sure there is oversight. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
Back here locally, Dane County is now one of more than 40 locations across the country adding hairstyle to the list of things protected against discrimination in the county workplace. County supervisors passed a resolution last night making it official. One board member says discrimination based on protective hairstyles happens all too often, but isn't always taken seriously. Locks, braids, and afros are just a few of the styles important to Black culture, but are sometimes seen as unprofessional in the workplace.
Goes against this unspoken norm that fine straight hair is professional and anything other than that is not. And so I think it's really important that employers and everyone know that it's a form of racial discrimination.
This new amendment adds protection specifically for Dane County employees. It follows another similar amendment passed in 2021 that prohibited discrimination based on hairstyles for contractors.
On this day 12 years ago, NASA's space shuttle program came to an end. The landing of Space Shuttle Atlantis on mission STS-135, July 21st, 2011, brought an end to the 30-year space shuttle program. And during that last flight of Atlantis, astronauts delivered more than a year's worth of payload and supplies to the International Space Station. The mission lasted 12 days in total. As
millions of Americans remain under heat advisories, NASA says temperatures will likely be hotter next year. That is because we haven't really felt the impact of El Nino yet. Instead, what we're experiencing right now is the result of climate change. NASA says has been caused by burning fossil fuels. So next year, as that continues and the natural El Nino weather cycle starts to impact things, the mercury will rise even higher. NASA scientists are also worried about warming ocean temperatures, which we're already seeing. Hotter oceans help fuel catastrophic weather events like hurricanes, and melting glaciers make water levels rise. Well, temperatures will be warm this weekend, but next week is when southern Wisconsin may really feel the heat. Meteorologist Alex Harrington has the first warning forecast. And is there any chance that this heat might miss us?
Yes, to answer your question.
Okay.
Technically speaking, I always like to be the bearer of good news. Some people say I look at life through rose-tinted glasses, dark glasses tonight, because I have to do an explainer, right?
Okay, all
but
right.
there is a chance, and I'm going to actually start off with that right now in the weather. How we possibly could actually back some of this heat off. Let's start with that.
Let's do it.
The good news. All right. This is the reason why I've been bringing up this heat bubble, this ridge. We can see this from our friends at the Climate Prediction Center in the precipitation department, showing below normal precipitation to the south over the southern plains. This is the northern edge of that heat bubble. On the northern peripheral of that, we call it the ring of fire, and sometimes thunderstorms can form on that top of that heat bubble, and that may be over the northern plains and upper Midwest. We're keeping an eye on that. If we get showers and thunderstorms as this heat wave tries to move in, It might make our temperatures a little bit cooler next week. But right now, we're still looking at pretty hot weather as we go out into next week. It's part of the 3 things you need to know. Warm through the weekend, chance of showers and thunderstorms, as we were saying earlier in first weather for Saturday going into Sunday. But not everyone's going to see those showers and thunderstorms. We can see that right now here with Future Track. I've zoomed things forward, so we look at Saturday. Look at this, kind of a spattering of shower and thunderstorm chances. Not a lot of rhyme and reason to it. Not like a front coming through where we can really track one line. So scattered is the word, but not everyone will see those showers and those thunderstorms. If you do get them, count yourself lucky, because with the warmer temperatures coming, if we don't get that rain on the northern part of that heat bubble, you will want those rain droplets on your Saturday. Temperatures, they're going to go up step by step by step. Look at this, mid-90s by the time we get into next week. And then when you add the humidity to that, we haven't had a lot of that this year. That's where we bring in the feels like factor. If you're a farmer, you know all about this. If you work outdoors, roofers, landscapers, construction, that feels like factor is a combination of the actual temperature and the dew point, a measure of moisture. The more moisture you have, it's like a warm blanket hugging you, and it doesn't feel good. It definitely doesn't. Your body can't let that heat escape to space when you've got all that moisture around you. Dew points, when they get up to the 70s to near 80 degrees, which it can here in Wisconsin because of our crops. Hang on to that. At the end of the show, I'll explain a little bit more as to why. But I got a personal story here. Flashback, July 1999, dew points near 80, actual air temperatures near 100, baling hay. 100 teens for temperatures. We had to take a lot of breaks. Sometimes you got to do that, though, out on the farm, for sure. So I get it. Totally understand. Where are we going to be next week? Heat indices in the middle to upper 90s because dew points in the middle to upper 60s. But, folks, if it ends up being a little bit drier because of the drought, we may end up having those heat index values in the lower to middle 90s. Again, owing to the drought and the crops. As I mentioned last night, now's the time to plan ahead here, folks. Light clothing, wear the cool spots. Know when you need to limit your activity, middle of the day as we go out into the peak of that heat wave. Where's the AC? Does a friend have a fan for you? And stock up on the water. Again, we can see that here in our 10-day forecast. Look at those temperatures still. If we do enter rain chances in next week, I might plug one in as we go into that Wednesday time frame. And then that frontal system that ends the heat Friday going into Saturday, we might have to watch that for a bit of severe weather. Andrew?
Still ahead, a bash between baseball's best was brewing in Milwaukee tonight. See how the crew did next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota. Let's go places.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. You have already made a most noble sacrifice. You shouldn't have to continue doing so. We are here to support you. With pride in the way, it's never easy to ask for assistance, but rest assured we are here to help. The VRAP team is standing by to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit VRAPWI.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you. On behalf of the state of Wisconsin, thank you.
America, come along with our adventure seekers, the Sanchez family, and discover summer with the Ford F-150. See how available features like Pro Trailer Backup Assist make backing up as easy as turning a knob. Watch as Pro Power on board lights up the night. And Ford Blue Cruise makes driving even more fun. Now get a Ford F-150 XLT or Ford Lightning with 3.9% APR financing for 60 months plus $1,000 retail trade assist cash and $500 low APR cash.
Salonpas Lidocaine Flex, a super thin, flexible patch with maximum OTC strength lidocaine that contours to the body to relieve pain right where it hurts. And did we mention it really, really sticks? Salonpas, it's good medicine.
3 days only. Madison's massive Factory Direct Hot Tub and Swim Spa Show. Save up to 50% off hundreds of quality brand hot tubs and swim spas. Flexible financing. Everything must go. And Sunday at Madison Marriott West. EliteSpaSales.com.
You've got this. Whatever it is, you're ready for it. Your newly purchased defenses, top of the line. Your backup, backing up. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with Access Checking. It's maintenance fee-free with no minimum balance requirements. So if your new house still has some old tenants, we'll make sure your checking account won't be giving you any surprises. You've got this with Associated Bank.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
Numbers don't lie. The Brewers right now are the hottest team in baseball. They hold the best record in MLB since June 23rd and are 5-1 since the All-Star break. Tonight, they face the odds-on favorite to win the World Series. Freddie Peralta got the ball in this one. Crew got out to a hot start. William Contreras smashes the slider to center, doing damage to the team that traded him to Milwaukee. It would score Yelich. Crew up 1-0 early, but the Braves, they showed why they have the best record in baseball. The Crew made it interesting, though, almost came back, winning run at the plate, bottom of the ninth, but Bryce Perkins goes down looking. Braves take the series opener. Final score, 6-4. And Columbus's Christian Opper made it official. The White Sox fifth-round draft pick was signed for a whopping $550,000. The left-handed pitcher's fastball is dangerous, topping out at 98 miles an hour. And after 2 years with the Milwaukee Bucks, Madison Memorial's Wesley Matthews signed a one-year deal with the Atlanta Hawks today. The 36-year-old will play in his 15th NBA season in A-Town. 4 years ago, Rose Lavelle took the soccer world by storm. In the 2019 World Cup final, the former Badger scored the game-clinching goal as the U.S. women's national team won their second straight World Cup. She returned to the international stage tonight as the U.S. played their first match of the 2023 World Cup. Lavelle, who's been nursing an ankle injury, make that a knee injury, did get some minutes, but not too many against Vietnam. They kicked off back at 8, and we'll have full highlights for you tomorrow. After winning the Super Bowl with the Chiefs, Melvin Gordon is headed east. The former Badger signed a one-year, $3.1 million contract with the Baltimore Ravens today. Gordon, who has the third most rushing yards in the NFL since entering the league in 2015, joins a Baltimore team that runs the ball just about as much as anybody in the NFL. It was a tidal wave 24 hours of signings for local players. The New York Jets signed former Badger wide receiver, the Darlington native, and Alex Erickson is going to play his 8th NFL season. He's really carved out a nice niche as a returner. And check this out. Down in Lake Geneva, Donald Driver's foot skills got put to the test. The Packers legend had his hand in delivering mail on a mailboat. And while many end up landing in the water, he landed with a nice Lambeau leap. Trying to stay dry. We're right back after this.
Why are there 2 extra seats? I know, Uncle Dan and his giant beard.
The Volkswagen Atlas with best-in-class third-row legroom. Visit your local Volkswagen dealer for 3.9% APR financing for 72 months on a new 2023 Atlas or Atlas Cross Sport.
When our clean, shiny truck pulls up in front of your house, yes! Everyone starts clapping because everyone is happy. And that's why they all start dancing. Woo!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Wish you had help getting things done. Same.
So I got Spectrum One.
It's fast internet, unlimited mobile, and advanced Wi-Fi, all for a great price. Spectrum helps me run all this easily. Work, bust. Treat dispenser, treating. And since I'm always on this, unlimited mobile is a no-brainer.
Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month plus advanced Wi-Fi and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Call 833-802-4999 or visit Spectrum.com today.
To everyone who enjoys a feel-good meal, we're crafting one for you, Wisconsin style.
We're talking handcrafted, cooked to order,
scoop to perfection goodness.
More like greatness.
A snuggle up in the booth, share a bite kind of meal.
A fill you up, heart and soul kind of meal.
Come treat someone you love to a meal they're sure to love.
One always served with a smile.
That comes from the heart.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious!
Creating family memories is what Maple Leaf Landscaping is all about. We design and build outdoor spaces that bring people together. Landscaped spaces for any size family. Functional, beautiful, a place everyone will enjoy. And it all starts with a free visit at your home by one of our landscape experts. So call Maple Leaf Landscaping today and have us create an outdoor living space for your home.
Leisure Concepts has your new hot tub in stock and ready for immediate delivery. Steel and composite construction and the perimeter insulation is so quiet. We'll deliver everything you need to easily keep your hot tub crystal clear, including knowledge. That neck-deep hot water massage feels amazing every day of the year. You'll never get tired of it. Get to Leisure Concepts and see almost 70 hot tubs that are ready for immediate delivery to your backyard.
When our clean, shiny truck pulls up in front of your house, yes! Everyone starts clapping because everyone is happy. And that's why they all start dancing. Woo!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Intuitive sit to start and the all-electric ID4. It's the little things. It's a VW. Visit your Volkswagen dealer today and get a $7,500 lease bonus on a new 2023 all-electric ID4.
Your digital source for local news and info for 25 years. Channel 3000.
Well, we are ready for the weekend, and Alex has got the forecast for tonight and beyond.
I do. I think we've got a pretty good forecast overall on the weekend. There's going to be plenty of dry temp, but there will be some scattered showers and thunderstorms. When thunder roars, stay indoors, so beware of that. But then we got to watch that heat wave, and there's a connection to the plants here. Remember, plants give off water, so everyone here at the table, if our plants were in better condition over all of the upper Midwest, if they were giving off more water based upon my heat index explainer, do you think the heat indexes would be higher next week if we had more water from our plants?
Higher. I'm saying higher.
Higher? We're going higher?
Just go with the answer.
Go with the answer. Higher. Yes, that is correct. That is correct.
That corn looked healthy in Mesa.
It did. They have dark soil there, but some of those sandier soils, not good.
Alex grew up in Arena, by the way, and he knows the farms, especially in that part of this area. Alex, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10, folks.
Do something good and have a great weekend.